we go. And welcome, everyone. It is Refuel Monday. Today's date is April 8th of the year 2024. I am your host, Adam Bilbrey, also known as Fighting Squirrel. Before we get started, none of this can be taken as financial advice. Please do your own research when investing in crypto projects, etc. None of us are financial advisors. So moving on, we did have a game of the week this past week. So we're going to do a rocket race to open up with. Number one spot went to Ragnar Lothbrok. He placed number one on that game, and then Sarah placed number two. So they each got extra rockets for this race. And, of course, Ragnar also did earn a refuel advantage, so he will have the opportunity to take away from all the rocket race winners today. But we're going to go ahead and get this one going. And we got the timer set for 45 seconds, and let's go. Oh, indice necessary. And congrats to I Need to Pee. You are first RocketFi winner today. And let me just make a note to myself real quick here. And congratulations, indice necessary. Placing in the top 5 of that game. But we're going to go ahead and move on. The current version for the DApp is v1.240401.1a. If you want to take the opportunity to go in there and look at the recent updates, the most recent was on April Fool's Day. Of course, that was ReUndify replaced with V2 on the smart, or not the smart rewards, the reward pack options. Okay, I thought I clicked connect. Oh, there we go. I must not clicked it hard enough. So for the RocketFi token, the total supply is now sitting at 683.17 billion. Last refuel, I believe it was around right over 700 billion. Had quite a bit of burn coming this past week. That does put us over that 30% threshold we were inching towards. The liquidity backing, of course, this is just the BNB liquidity, is at 45.7%. The buy and sell tax are at 6 and 9. Of course, the transfer is 0. And the token price now sitting at 608280. There is a pay it forward available also. Just going to go ahead and mention that. Of course, on the burn statistics, the burn play now sitting at 683.2 million. Anyone can earn this simply by going into the DApp, sending 1 million to the burn play here. Of course, 500,000 of that is forever destroyed, and 500,000 is distributed amongst all those burners in the history of RocketFi. Now, move over to the swap page. The swap play is now sitting at 1.1 billion RocketFi. All that requires is a purchase of 25 million RocketFi through Floaty Swap, or not through Floaty Swap. Hold up. I'm getting a call. All right. Silence that. That's through Pancake Swap, Adapt, here in the RocketFi DApp, wherever you're purchasing RocketFi. That does count instantly towards a chance of winning that pool. Of course, that is a buy of over 25 million RocketFi to be eligible for that. Now, for the updates for RocketFi, I don't know if anyone's looked at the website recently. If you have not, go to rocketfi.money. You'll see a little bubble at the top talking about Ultra Blue. Go ahead and take take a moment to go look at that if you would like. The Ultra Blues will be coming tomorrow. That's April 9th. We will have all that information here in the Telegram for anyone wanting to get in on those Ultra Blues. I will go over those a little more later after Affinity has their chance to talk. And that is it for now. Of course, I will be going back to the Ultra Blues at this time. Chris, can you hear me?
Yep, I got you.
All right. Well, welcome to the RocketFi Telegram. Just kind of give us a broad overview of you and what is Affinity Token. I know most of the people here are familiar with the project, but for those that do not know what Affinity is, please give us whatever you got.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate you having me back here. It's been quite a while since we last spoke on the Telegram chat. So again, I appreciate it. And for anybody that doesn't know what Affinity is, we did start back in August of 2021, shortly before RocketFi, and we did meet up with Shorty and the crew right before they actually launched and established a relationship with them, which I'm very happy about. Even though we don't talk as much or as often as we should or have in the past, y'all are doing some great things. We keep an eye on it, and it's one of the few on the BSC networks that we've have a lot of trust and a lot of faith in, and really are happy to be affiliated and associated with. So thank you guys for keeping everything real and for doing everything you do and being honest and ethical about just about everything. So can't say enough about you guys. But with Affinity, we started out as a reward token that we wanted to make sure that we could give out as many rewards as possible, while also developing our product Adapt that you heard a little bit about. I won't go too much into it because, again, most of you know what Adapt is, but I'll give you a very high level of it. It's really the ability to send and receive any crypto right now that is listed on Binance and Ethereum, more chains to be added soon, by using usernames rather than wallet addresses. So as soon as you connect up, it gives you a profile. You set whatever you want up in the profile picture, username, bio, and then from then on out, you can send any listed asset to any listed person on the platform with just knowing their username. If you want to know more details about that, please stop by our Telegram, check out adapt.exchange, and you can see all the information you want on that. So we started out with that because that was a real issue that we've seen in crypto. People sending wrong assets to wrong wallets and losing them forever. I've experienced it, so we started out with that. Circling back to the reward portion of Affinity, we've gone through a couple changes over the years. Notably, we have recently redeployed, and the reason we did that primarily was to introduce Layer 0. If you're not familiar with Layer 0, it is a protocol that allows cross-chain communication, not just through a form of bridging, but also through messaging and a lot of other things. In order to function correctly, it needs to be built into the token contract. There are ways to do it without having to do that, but you have to use, basically third-party contracts and third-party tokens to basically, to wrap your token, and we don't want to do that. So when we looked forward, we said, you know what, do we really want to redeploy? Not really, but this is the cleanest, best, and most secure way to do it, and we want to do that always for our holders. So that is the primary reason why we redeployed. What's that going to allow us to do is it's going to allow us to deploy Affinity onto a multitude of chains, not just specifically EVM. There's a lot of other chains that are supported on Layer 0. And the bridging that happens between them is a lot more secure than traditional bridges, the way it functions. And I could spend hours getting into the details on how it works. But I implore you just to do your own research, read up on Layer 0 if you're really interested, and see how that works compared to regular bridges. But it is much more secure. Not only that, but it is way faster because it is communicating to oracles and other methods. When you bridge across or you do any kind of transaction, it's almost instant. So that's another benefit of it aside from security. and that's going to allow us to do a lot of things in the future. So that is the primary reason for that. That is one of the big changes that we had. On top of that, we did change our rewards. We were BUSD and pegged Cardano, ADA in our last iteration of the contract. If you haven't been keeping up, BUSD is being phased out.
Right.
So we're looking to get away from that anyway. So we have shifted into a USDC model along with BNB, away from pegged ADA. Nothing against ADA. I love it still. I still hold quite a bit of it. What we decided to do, though, was because of our cross-chain capabilities and what we're doing in the future, is we wanted to go with the native and then USDC. If you're not familiar, USDC is one of the biggest cross-chain available assets out there. So for us, really focusing on bridging all of as many chains as we can, it made sense to us to pick an asset that was available on as many chains as possible, and that's USDC. And then every other token we deploy, it will reward in whatever native coin that is. For example, one of the first ones we're targeting is Polygon, so it'll be Matic and USDC. So those are the biggest updates right now. We do have a lot of other stuff going on. Check us out on our Affinity Fridays, which will be this Friday. Before that, the last thing I want to say for an update before I take up too much of your time, and if you have questions, if you are an Affinity Floaty holder, that is the NFT line that we launched better part of a year and a half ago, maybe even longer. There were only 250 of them available. They had since sold out. I believe there are approximately 160 holders of those 150 NFTs. Since they had sold out, we are finally doing the drawing for $50,000 total. That is going to go $10,000 to 5 individuals, and that is going to happen on Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. on our podcast, which is Affinity Protocol. So please look for Affinity. Go to our if you are a floaty holder, you definitely want to be there. Look at our main Twitter and find out when that Affinity Protocol is going down, and we will be doing that giveaway this Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
Nice. Yeah, those floaties. I vaguely remember seeing some of them floating around, and I at the time I was like, "Man, we're coming out with floaty swap. They got floaty NFTs. That's kind of cool."
Yep, I remember Shorty hit me up right after that because that was actually Zach's call with the floaties. Yeah, he hit me up right after that and said, "Hey, maybe we could do something with that." But it took a while for them to sell out. I mean, we went through that bear market and it was pretty rough. But y'all kind of had the same downfall that we had. Y'all launched around the time when everything was at its all-time highs. Bitcoin was up there in the 60s. BNB was over 500, some of the time over 600, and it's been that just downward cycle to that bear market that we've had to, just push on through, build, and y'all kept building this entire time. I like a lot of the stuff that y'all have in the pipeline. I mean, you have of course, you currently do have Adapt, the peer-to-peer exchange, and I noticed the layer 2 blockchain. You got the coffee style houses or shops. So y'all got a lot of things looking up for y'all. Do you have any updates on that blockchain or the what is it called, the Crypto Tech Lounge? So those are further out ventures. The blockchain we're looking at approximately maybe a year and a half, 2 years. And again, don't hold me to that because it could be a little bit longer, it could be sooner. And then the lounges, that's something that we really, really wanted to do, and we are still going to do it. But again, with the real estate market and then the crypto market sliding on us, we got to build up more revenue to push that forward. So there's really no update on that right now. But one of the things that is going to be big that actually could speed up the process on both of those things significantly is our WeFunder campaign, which is going on right now. It's still in reservation, but it's going to be going live soon once we finish up the closeout of our fiscal year 2023 finances, getting reviewed by a CPA. And what that is that's an actual investment. If you're not sure what a crowdfunding equity investment is through WeFunder, again, please go do your own research on that. But we are running that campaign. You can find the details on our main X account. Scroll through the feed there. You'll find it. I'm sure there'll be a link. and you get all the information you want on that. But that is for an equity investment. That is not in tokens. That is not anything on the blockchain. It is to invest in the actual company of Affinity Innovations Inc. So if you're interested, please go do your own research on that. Ask me all the questions you want privately.
Yes. If anyone is wanting to become an investor, please reach out to them. Go to the X account. Of course, Chris, if you don't mind, could you post your Telegram link, X link, etc., here in the chat for people to have the opportunity to go check that out?
Absolutely. Let me see here. I am on my phone right now. But yeah, that's the best place to get any information is directly, you guys know. I mean, they keep you well informed here. Go directly to our socials. Don't rely on anybody else. We since tried to get as many mods as possible, as well as us, to get the verification through. Well, I guess it's not verification, right? You're just paying for the premium through Telegram to put the little Affinity logo next to our name to at least help a little bit more, because there has been some scam accounts popping up. A few of our mods had scam accounts popping up for them. There's been one of me trying to get people, and unfortunately, one of our community members did get taken. But so we're trying to do the best we can to mitigate what we can. So,
Right.
Yeah,
you can't really stop the scams. I mean,
No.
I have duplicates of myself there that I've interacted with and been like, "What are you doing, man? Your profile doesn't even match the picture you have." And I mean, they just come up with all these techniques and strategies, and they're kind of thrifty about doing it. They've developed all kinds of ways of just finding people and scamming people that either, one, aren't paying attention at the time, or two, just completely fooled by their tactics. And one of the guys that reached out to me, because he had lost pretty much everything in his wallet because he had linked to this D app that supposedly was falsely tied to Affinity, and he got, and it just happens. And the best thing to do is, if anybody DMs you and you did not request it, don't interact with it. Just do not interact with it in any way.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't say it any better myself. And one last thing I will say on as far as RocketFi goes, and Affinity, and a few others out there. I know we got Reflector out there, and some other good people. One of the things that we're trying to do as we go forward, and I have had people ask me, "Hey, when you deploy the new contract, why don't you make it so people can select their own rewards and a lot of other stuff?" And I always tell them is, go talk to RocketFi. Go pick up some RocketFi, right? That's it. Like, you want to get a diversified bit of rewards through the token. That's them, right? We want to stay unique. We want to help each other. And it's funny because as we're creating some of the things that we're doing in the background, there's going to be a lot of things that we're going to come out with that are going to be collaborative, where we're going to want to bring other people into it and allow them an opportunity, not just the project, but all of the people that are holding their tokens, an opportunity to make more than they do with holding ours, with holding yours, and just that's really what we're about. Security first, and then trying to make everything as best we possibly can for everybody that's involved and everything that's legitimate, and really try to propel this stuff. So there'll be more information on that. I'm sure we'll talk, especially privately, until we come out public with some of this stuff, on ways that, I'll give you one of them, for example, is going to be when we do come out with our DEX and our peer-to-peer exchange, there are going to be opportunities for things like yield farming, but done in a different way. Done in a way that you're not seeing through like a pancake swap or some other ways that are going to be beneficial to not only the projects that are involved, but the holders as well. So there'll be a lot of opportunities like that, and we'll be talking more.
All right. Well, sounds good. Are there any questions for Chris from anyone? Floaty said, okay, well, I'm trying to read through here.
Chris, what's your favorite McDonald's sauce?
I know where this is going. I'm gonna go with Szechuan sauce.
It's not the mac sauce.
No, man. No. I seen a video the other day on while I was scrolling through X. It was like they were trying to light a Big Mac on fire, and it wasn't catching fire.
We took one of their hamburger, or actually it was a cheeseburger, just the regular old cheeseburger, you know, the small, tiny things.
Yeah.
We set one out, and I kid you not, that thing sat there for a year, never molded. It got dirty. It got dirty as all get out, but it never molded for an entire year, including the pickles, the cheese, and the meat on it. None of it molded. I don't know what they're pumping in those things, but it cannot be good for your body, whatever it is.
Yeah, but I despise Big Mac sauce, so that's kind of I absolutely despise it. So
yeah, I'm not a big fan of it myself.
Hate it.
It's a weird flavor. I guess it's like a mix between. I don't know what it's
water and
it is not one of their best. I prefer mayonnaise or mustard, possibly ketchup. Not a big ketchup fan. I will eat ketchup.
I don't either. I hate ketchup.
Yeah, it's just sweet tomato jelly is what it is.
Good, I'm not alone.
So is there anyone out there with any more questions not related to Big Macs?
When is the SDP coming out again? I don't know if somebody asked it already.
SDP, no one asked.
Nobody did it. So I'll give a really brief overview of that too, and then I'll give you some information. SDP stands for Simple Diversification Platform. It's basically a way for you to again, USDC is going to be the base. So you'll enter in USDC and it'll automatically diversify into a bunch of different tokens. Not based on volume, so don't think of it like that. You're not buying another token. It is literally taking that USDC, going out and swapping it to a predefined amount per asset. So think about it like maybe 40% peg Bitcoin, 10% of Ethereum, and so on and so forth. Most of them are going to be blue chip related. We are going to have a couple that are going to be more of I don't know. I don't want to say low risk because everything is high risk in this space. But more of like the RocketFis and the reflectors and affinities and all that. So you're gonna have more of just your typical tokens that you see that are not considered blue chips. That'll be in another pool. And what this does is allows people to diversify easily when they're not sure what to buy. They just want to hold a bunch of different ones and I don't know which ones to buy. They can look at it and they can enter in whatever they want. And then they also get a little BNB as well from people that are going in and out of it for sitting in it. Again, more information, feel free to reach out. But that has already been tested as far as the contract goes. As I said last Affinity Friday, we're still working through some UI design kind of hang-ups. Our UI designer that we've always used that designed a lot of stuff for us like Adapt and things like that for the third version of Adapt. Had to kind of step aside for a little bit to deal with some family stuff. Talking to another designer who's also a designer and UI developer, because that is not my thing. Nobody on the team, on our core team, is a UI professional. So unfortunately, we have to reach out to people for that. I am talking to somebody else. He is asking for more designs or more drawings from me to kind of create that. So we're just waiting on that. But the contract itself has been tested. It's been done. We just got to get that UI done. And unfortunately, in this development market, especially in this space, it's really difficult to find good developers that are trustworthy. It's just tough. But, that's where
it really is.
Yeah.
And before we go any further, if you would like to be included in the next Rocket Race, post your smart code in the chat now, and I will get those added. Now, there is a question, Chris. How long is the WeFunder for? I guess how long is the duration for that?
Yep. So right now, like I said, it's in the what they call actually, I'm not even forgetting the name for it, but anyway, you can reserve. So right now, you can reserve any amount you want. I believe up to $2,000 per person, unless you're an accredited investor. Please look that up if you're not sure what that is. Each person can do, I believe, it's up to $2,000, minimum of $100. What that means is you're committing to wanting to invest when it goes full, when the Form C is filed with the SEC. but you are not fully committed. So you're basically reserving your spot. It'll actually debit your card or debit your bank account, and then it'll give it to you right back. So it wants to make sure you have the money. That'll go on for probably about the next 2 to 3 weeks until, like I said, we're waiting on our CPA to finish up the 2023 financials, and then we can finish that Form C. Once that goes live, it'll be open for a period of about 3 months. During that time, we'll be raising up to $1.2 million. And again, it'll be the same, $100 up to $2,000, unless you're an accredited investor, then you can go much higher. But it's open to everybody. It's open to the public, anybody that wants to get involved. I will tell you right now, we do not have any VCs. We don't have any angel investors. We have nobody. So if you do choose to get involved, you are literally getting in at the ground floor. Again, there's a lot of risk involved. So please read up on it, read all the details, and ask me all the questions you possibly can before you want to get involved.
So are y'all looking to get listed on NASDAQ, or is this going to be completely private?
This is private. This is for us to raise money as a company because, as you guys know, and you're the same way, we don't use liquidity. We don't use anything that is not ours to fund the business. So when we're looking at trying to propel, our development and hire more people and grow this company, we're doing it in the traditional way where it comes from equity investments or revenue. Right now, because revenue is fairly low because of, obviously we have to have more products out and things like that. The best way to get that money is through an equity round investment.
Any other questions for Chris? Making my way through there. Someone says Big Mac sauce is Thousand Island dressing. Oh, I mean, I could believe that. I don't like Thousand Island dressing.
Yeah. Makes even more sense.
Cryptos, the bread. And I'm going through, getting all these smart codes. I believe I got all of them. Tyler and Hazard. All right. So, Chris, how much Affinity are you wanting to give away to one lucky rocket race winner? Or it doesn't have to be Affinity. It can be BNB or your Layer Zero token, a T-shirt, whatever the case may be.
I hate the logistics of giving away merch.
Right.
But let's do, I have no idea how many tokens it is, but if you want to do $25 in Affinity tokens, and let's do that, and then just let me know what it is.
All right. Well, we'll do. Let's see. I'm going to go over the smart codes real quick. If I did not get yours in, please let me know. Of course, I'm starting from Jay Cadwall. He was the first one to post it after I announced. But Jay Cadwall, 420, Reflector, Bevan, Tony, Ultraflect, Cash, Chesney, Witch Hunt, NYK, Raccoon, Cocaine, Colt Floaty, Gotcha, Beer Me, Crash 71, Lower Tax, Gucci, Winners, Buckeyes, KML, Ultra Blue, Lucky, Precious, Light, I Need to Pee, Queen, Ahuru Storm, Alita, Naya, Sputnik, Heavy, Cryptos, The Brad, Winter King, Tyler, Hazard. If I did not get yours added, please let me know. And of course, all of these smart codes will be receiving a portion of the Refuel rewards that is claimable in the D app. I'll go over that here shortly at the closer to the conclusion. But I'm not seeing anyone saying I skipped you, so we're going to go ahead and get set. And this is for $25 worth of Affinity tokens. Let's go. Man, this jam is a banger.
I asked you where you pulled this track from.
That's what comes with this race. Oh, I see cocaine. Cocaine. Sarah, are you in the house? You must be present to win. And there she is. Congratulations, Sarah, and the cocaine rocket. Had something a little extra in that rocket, I guess. All right. Well, Chris, is there anything else you would like to add?
Yeah, congratulations to Sarah, was it?
Yes, Sarah.
If you don't know much about Affinity, one caveat that we do have for winning anything from us is you do have to have an Adapt account. I need an Adapt name to send it to. So if you don't already have one, please go to adapt.exchange. I don't know if somebody can type that in there. I'm on my phone right now, so if somebody doesn't mind typing that in the chat.
I got you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Please go to adapt.exchange, and like I said, as soon as you connect up there, it'll walk you through and just set up a username and then get that over to me, and I'll be happy to send it right on over.
Well, before she does the sending to you, Ragnar Lothbrok, that's too many R's there, has the opportunity to take that away with his advantage. But it would be wise, Sarah, to go ahead and create your Adapt username. I've done it on, I think, all of my wallets. I don't know how many wallets I have, but I've done it for most of my wallets. My kids have Adapt usernames. They don't know it yet, but they do have Adapt usernames.
My kids do too, and they don't know it.
All right. So we're going to move on to our next race. And of course, this is for 25 million RocketFi tokens. Is there any other smart codes that we need to get added before I roll? I'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So we're going to go ahead and pop right into the next race, and let's go. See a few coming up fast. Cocaine, are you going to do it again? No way. Wow. Sarah, that's a first for you. That is a first for you. Now you have 2 chances to not get taken by Ragnar. Nice. Congrats, Sarah. All right. So before we get going on those refuel advantages, of course, let me go ahead and change this. I gotta get all the smart codes copied over. First, give me a moment. And boom. All right. Get those copied. So we got Ragnar's Ultra Blue. And, of course, first he will be taking on I Need to Pee for 25 million RocketFi. And, of course, we're going to set that timer to 20 seconds. But before we do that, a couple of things I wanted to touch on. What was I going to touch on? I lost my train of thought, to be honest with you. Well, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that shortly. We're going to go ahead and get these refuel advantages races going. That way we can find out who is the $25 winner of that Affinity token for Chris. So let's get set. And of course, this is for RocketFi tokens. Let's go. Oh, It looks like he's going to steal it. He's going to steal it. And I'm so sorry, NSC. Ragnar takes it for his own taking. Congrats, Ragnar. Of course, Ultra Blue being the recipient wallet there. Now we got 2 races back to back between Ragnar and Cocaine. And without further ado, I'm going to just run these back to back, y'all. So let's go. Oh, I like how Cocaine's rolling right now. She's going to keep it. All right, Sarah, congratulations. And I'm going to go ahead and tag Chris's name here. Is it still Crypt Torment? Yep, there it is.
For now it is, yep.
All right. So, Sarah, you will DM at Crypt Torment. I just tagged him in the chat. Once you go to adapt.exchange, set up your Adapt username, he's going to get you those Affinity tokens sent over to you. And you're welcome, Sarah. Thank you for coming in. But you still got one more race to go. So let's get started. And let's go. Nicely played. You had 3 chances there, Ragnar. You only got one of them. Congratulations, Sarah, for keep hanging on to that $25 worth of Affinity and that 25 million RocketFi tokens. I think that's around $20 USD value for those that do not know. Somewhere in that neighborhood. But Chris, it's a pleasure to have you out. You're free to go whenever you want. If you want to stick around for the remainder, I just got a couple of more things to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like I said, I appreciate you inviting me and giving me an opportunity to talk to everybody. And it's great to hear what you guys are doing. I got some things to do, but I am going to just sit in here and listen because I'm interested in what you guys got going on. So I'll sit back and listen and enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
All right. Well, thank you, Chris. And thank you, the rest of the Affinity guys in here. I seen a couple of y'all in the chat, but I'm going to pop over here to first I need to go to RocketFi.money. There we go. For those that have not went to the website, still some more updating to the website coming, but feel free to check out what's changed so far on that side. I'm going to pop over here at the top of your screen. There'll be a link to this Ultra Blue. And, of course, the Ultra Blue coming tomorrow, 4/9/24. The world didn't end today. I know there was a lot of talk about the solar eclipse or whatever. I didn't even bother to go out and look at that myself. It's just 4 minutes of darkness. Okay, big deal. But we're all still here, so it obviously did not end. But the Ultra Blue Suite, do more Ultra Blue. It's more than wrapped blue chip. What it is, it will actually self-reflect for those that have not heard about Ultra Blue before today. Say, for instance, you get Ultra BNB, it will reflect Ultra BNB. So not only does your BNB just sit there, it will actually earn more BNB. They are pegged 1-for-1 to the underlying asset, whether it be Ultra BNB, Ultra XRP, Ultra Ethereum, Ultra Bitcoin, Ultra Solana, whatever the case may be. These will be pegged 1-for-1 to their underlying asset, similar to what AUSD is. For those that aren't familiar with AUSD, it is pretty much our prototype Ultra token. To a degree, there are some changes with AUSD because it is a separate project. We just had a lot of influence in developing that token, but AUSD is pegged 1-for-1 to USDC. We will not be making an ultra stable coin because of AUSD. AUSD, for those that don't know, is a reward partner. So their tokenomics contribute to our tokenomics and vice versa. That is the same with the Atron token that is coming with Atron. Of course, Atron are the developers of AUSD, and Will, the lead developer for Atron, is actually part of RocketFi's core team. But there is going to be a conversion fee for the blue chips, but you'll be able to turn your rat blue chip into a reward machine. Our revolutionary Ultra Flex system allows for reflections to be earned on blue chips. Now, this is part of the Triflecta suite, so the reward packs will receive from the tokenomics of the Ultra Flex system and vice versa. Now, it says more options for rewards. I'm just going to kind of read over this. Whether you want more of the blue chip you already have or want a piece of the fun tokens without aping in, use the Ultra Blue system to keep your blue chip value while earning rewards. And want to learn how it works? There is a white paper. The Git book is almost done. The white paper is almost complete. There is a lot of information in this Git book. It does include everything for the Ultra Blues. Of course, the RocketFi Git book. All three of these are going on at the same time. I've had to learn how to, develop Git books and white papers because I've been involved in it as well. So something new for me. Of course, Shorty, willing to teach anybody anything. He's been teaching me a lot about doing all this, messing with web pages, etc. So I can assist in speeding up the process. That way it's not just reliant on him, Vic, and then, of course, John, Will, Ryan. All of us are contributing to the efforts of getting all this information, the documentation completed for everyone out there. But, of course, Ultra Blue, tomorrow, be sure you're checking in the Telegram. Of course, Atron coming this week also. If you're not in the AUSD Telegram, make sure you get over there for that information. Of course, please do your own research. There will be a DApp for the Ultra Blue. Of course, that is reachable currently through the RocketFi DApp. Of course, let me go ahead and get back in here and connect. All right. So the Ultra Blue DApp, for those that don't know, when you're at RocketFi.app, this green box with the 4 white squares in it, you can actually click on it. And of course, you got the Radar DApp, which is our DApp for other projects. This will be closely related to our wallet that we'll be releasing here in the near future. Radar is practically that wallet, but different. And of course, but if you have not checked that out, please go do so. Of course, you can look at other tokens, see the information for those, the liquidity, etc., the pairs that are available, all that information. Of course, Affinity is listed on there. Go check it out. But you have your Refuel. Of course, this is where you will be coming to claim those Refuel rewards for being here on Refuel Mondays. Of course, those rewards will be here. Just requires a transaction to claim those tokens, and that's it. Pretty simple. Of course, you can send crypto and do airdrops through the payment and rewards on the Refuel DApp. Now, the Ultra Blue is going to be this icon here. Of course, it's still grayed out. We have not uploaded all the information to this yet, but this is where you'll go to interact with those Ultra Blues. You'll be able to swap, etc. You'll be able to take your XRP, turn it into Ultra XRP or Ultra BTC, whatever it is that you're wanting. But please feel free to check it out. There will be a 2% tax on these initially before we get everything up and running, which will take probably a couple of weeks or so. But initially, there will be a 2% tax on these. And I believe that is all I have for now. Of course, Floaty is coming. Do not worry. It is on its way. Of course, this is part of the trifecta. You'll have the UltraFlex system. You have the Floaty system. And of course, you'll have the RocketFi reward system, all funneling rewards to each other consecutively at the same time, each one benefiting the other. But that is all I have for this week, of course. Please stay tuned to the Telegram for tomorrow with the Ultra Blues will be released. For next week, we will have USD Tree here in the RocketFi Telegram for our next Refuel Monday. Of course, that is 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Monday. Now for the game, I want a quick vote on what y'all want the competition to be this week. Are we going to do – we're not going to do Game of the Week back-to-back, so game will not be one of the options. We'll have the burn. And one person's already saying burn there. We'll have the burn. The second option we'll do most active in the Telegram. And then Felicia says money, I guess, for the buy. Well, I would love to do the buy, but that Llama RPC is just bogging out on us for those buys there. But we can do a buy without using the demo smart code, I guess. So which one is it going to be? Is it going to be burn, buy, or most active? Quick vote here. I'm going to give about 1 minute. And please only post once so it makes it easier. And I'm seeing more burn than anything. Fire. I'm going to take that as burn. Burn.
We have a lot of pyros in RocketFi.
Yeah, everybody wants more burn. I don't blame them. Poop. I don't know what poop is. But we're going to go ahead and go with burn. I see more burn than anything else. So what will get you in the next Refuel rocket races early on? We're going to let's do a 5 million burn. Of course, this will only be one per wallet. So if you burn 100 million, it's not going to earn you 20. It's just going to earn you one. But 5 million burn into the rocket fuel burner, not in the burn play. So burning 5 million or greater will earn you a rocket for next Monday and possibly gain an advantage. We're going to do the advantage for next Refuel, the top burner of this week. So whoever burns the most RocketFi tokens this week will earn the Refuel advantage for next week and have the opportunity to steal those rocket race winnings away from all of the winners. But does anyone have any questions for me or Chris before we close out? Thanks, Papa and Chris. Great. Thank you, Ragnar.
What time are you releasing the Ultras?
No, I don't have a specific time, but make sure you're in the Telegram. You'll find out before anyone else.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Neri. All right. I don't see any other typing. No one else coming up.
One more.
Yep, go ahead.
I'm sure my
our peers that are token devs, are you able to reflect an Ultra?
Yes, you will be able to reflect it. You can reflect any token on the BSC, Neri.
No, I know. I just want to make sure because a lot of people might be wondering.
Oh, yes. So that is a good point. You will be able to earn Ultra tokens as a reward option through RocketFi. Of course, you can earn any token whatsoever on the BSC. More networks coming later. Not going to go into that. But you will be able to select an Ultra token as a reward option. And, of course, once we post those contract addresses for those, you will be able to go in and add the token yourself if you want to the D app. Of course, for those that don't know how to do that, I will go over that really quickly. There is a video on how to do it, but I will go ahead and pop over to the RocketFi D app portion of the RocketFi app. If you want to add a token to the reward packs, simply go to the rewards section here. You have this arrow that will expand this tile out. Of course, right here it says configure, and then you see add new reward. Simply paste that token address here. Of course, pasting it. This is I guess I added respan for some reason. I think for a video. But you'll select whichever DEX you want. Now, if this was on, like, say, Baby Doge Swap and Ape Swap or Buy Swap, whatever swap it would be on, you would have the opportunity to select which DEX you're wanting to earn those rewards from for respan. Of course, this one's already been added. I'm not going to do that, but it does require a small gas fee to add a token there. I believe it's a couple of cents. It's not very much. But keep in mind, once you add a token to the reward pack options, there is a 24-hour cooldown, so you won't be able to just keep adding tokens to the reward packs unless you're using different wallets. If you want to do that, that's totally up to you. Of course, this is decentralized. If you want to add another option, you can, but simply just pasting the token address here. But once we get those Ultra tokens launched, you will be able to earn them as reflection options. Any other questions, Neri, or anyone else?
Yeah, pretty good.
All right. Well, once again, thank all of y'all for coming out. The refill rewards will be pushed out here shortly. I will post in the chat once those are available. If there's someone that's wanting to claim those today, I normally would just let those accumulate over time to get to a sizable amount that's worthy of that transaction fee. But to each their own. Of course, next week, USD Tree here, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the RocketFi Telegram. Once again, I'm going to thank Chris for coming out. I know you can't talk right now. You're listening in. Thank you for coming out, talking about Affinity. If you have not checked out Affinity, please go to the Affinity Telegram or to their webpage. Of course, both of those are here in the chat. I will pin those here shortly when I have a moment. But thank you all for coming, and God bless you all.